I'm heartbroken, bro. He could have told me, bro. He could have told me. He could have told me. He could have told me. I thought he was my friend. He could have told me. He could have told me, like, yo, bro. He could have told me. Damn. All right, let's try to move on, man. Yo, chat, this game is really fucked up, man. You'll look up to somebody like, you know, yo, I'm gonna give you some real shit. I'm gonna give you some real shit. And by the way, this is gonna be a lesson for any time y'all look up to people. I'm gonna give you some real shit. I was doing Everyday Struggle with Joe Budden. Joe Budden, you know, like there was a time he wilding out on the ship, the blah blah, like, you know, like the show was a little bit kind of like more in his favor at first, because like I think they just looked at me, the internet guy, like even just like the staff or whatever. Like eventually, shout to the chat niggas. Like I think y'all got on the ass, evened out.
Akademiks finally found proof that Charlamagne Tha God basically works for Roc Nation. He's affiliated with Roc Nation. He does business with Roc Nation. And now he's starting to look at things that happened earlier in his career, and he realizes that Charlamagne Tha God has been trying to manipulate him and hinder him from his success for years, right? So back when he was doing Everyday Struggle with Joe Budden, Ak and Joe Budden didn't really get along, right? They were pretty much clash heads a lot, you feel me? Joe Budden would basically be little boy in Akademiks. So Akademiks basically was talking to Charlamagne behind the scenes, and Charlamagne, he already knew that Ak and Joe Budden, like he already felt like it wasn't going to work out before it even started, because Joe Budden has a history of quitting jobs and firing people and just not being able to work with other people, right? So Akademiks and Joe Budden, they was able to work it out, and they ended up having the biggest hip hop and rap show while they was doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like they was outperforming the Breakfast Club. You feel me? And obviously Charlamagne Tha God was jealous of that. So behind the scenes, Charlamagne Tha God basically told Akademiks to quit Everyday Struggle on air and just let Joe Budden do it by himself. Luckily, Akademiks is smart enough to not listen to that, but Joe Budden ended up basically quitting Everyday Struggle because he didn't like how he was being paid.
And I ain't gonna lie, like I remember I was always like figuring, I'm like, damn, was it the right idea that I did the show? I remember Charlamagne called me one time, and as an industry veteran and someone who I looked up to as an idol, a media goat, I remember Charlamagne said to me, he's like, yo, Ak, this is how you handle that shit. I said, how do I handle it? Now, keep in mind, we're mad viral on, even though like it's, you know, because it's a little bit out of my comfort zone, because like, you know, it's a little bit more self-deprecating than I normally we're used to. But Charlamagne said, this is how you handle it. He said, go in tomorrow, and this is what you do. Walk off that bitch, quit on air. And I was like, really? You think that's the move? He said, yes, nigga. I said, yo, when you there with Joe, nigga, quit on air, nigga. Like, them niggas gonna have to respect you. Like, I'm like, that's the move. That's the move. Now, thankfully, I had a mind of my own. By the next morning, I didn't really go with that. But,
Or remember when Ak first started doing Everyday Struggle, that's when people first got to see what Akademiks looked like. Because if you were subscribed to Akademiks on YouTube, you didn't even know what Akademiks looked like. The only people that knew what Akademiks looked like is people that watched them live on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? So Joe Budden, he already had experience, you know, because he worked at a radio station. He already had the Joe Budden TV, you feel me? So when them boys first started doing Everyday Struggle, them boys was clashing and bumping heads every episode. Like Joe Budden used to be talking to Akademiks crazy. It basically looked like he was getting bullied by Joe Budden, right? But if you're Charlamagne Tha God, right, and you've been working at the Breakfast Club for years, right? Like Charlamagne's probably been working for the Breakfast Club for like almost 20 years now, right? Why would you tell Akademiks when he's on the most popping hip hop rap show on the internet? Why would you tell him to go to Everyday Struggle and quit on air? Why would you tell him that? Why wouldn't you tell him to just talk to Joe Budden behind the scenes so they could work it out and they could keep making money and keep making history together? Because to this day, there's not a rap show that's better than Everyday Struggle to this day. In my opinion, I don't think there is. Like, I think if Akademiks and Joe Budden got back together and did it again, I think the show would be even bigger now. Because Akademiks just got rated the #1 rap hip hop media guy, and Joe Budden is #2. Joe Budden got the #1 rap podcast in the world. So it's obvious, bruh, that Charlamagne Tha God was on the outside looking in, and he looked at Everyday Struggle as a threat to the Breakfast Club, bruh. Because more people was watching Everyday Struggle than they was watching the Breakfast Club. Facts. And fast forward, look at Charlamagne Tha God in 2026 and look at Akademiks and Joe Budden. Akademiks is bigger than he's ever been. He's still doing a whole bunch of numbers on YouTube. He's still doing numbers on Twitch. He's doing numbers on Kick, right? Joe Budden got the #1 rap podcast in the world. Joe Budden is making millions of dollars just off of his Patreon alone. He has a whole network now. And he has a whole team of people that's working for him. Look at Charlamagne Tha God. Nobody's watching The Breakfast Club. You feel me? Charlamagne's podcast, Brilliant Idiots, it's not doing as well as Joe Budden's podcast. It's not doing as well as what Akademiks is doing, right? Charlamagne Tha God went from being the #1 hip hop and rap media guy to basically not even being top 5, right? Like Vlad, Adam 22, Whack 100, Akademiks, Joe Budden. I would even say Poetic Flacco, Seti Nash. All of these dudes right now got a bigger impact in hip hop and rap media than Charlamagne the Fraud. And that's why Charlamagne the Fraud is working with Roc Nation, right? Because allegedly, they're probably cutting him a check. They're probably getting him some business deals behind the scenes. And obviously, they're working with Charlamagne Tha God, allegedly, to basically try to sabotage Akademiks, which is why Charlamagne is coming out of nowhere saying that his right-hand man's Grand Wizard, shout out to Grand Wizard, chat nigga, Charlamagne Tha God is accusing Grand Wizard of basically trying to finesse Akademiks and doing illegal stuff with crypto, which we still haven't seen any evidence of that.
I don't know, like, I guess I say that to say, like, this is somebody who I valued his opinion, and I always thought whatever he would say to me is in my best interest. I don't know why he wouldn't tell me that he's working with these people. Now, granted, I'm glad I didn't quit Everyday Struggle because it's still the best show ever, right? Yo, me and Joe, we did our thing. Like, it was great. Obviously, we did have some turbulent times, but yeah. This shit fucked me up, man. This industry, this industry's something else. Okay.
Close that back door, bruh. Now that you know what it is, because, bruh, niggas been telling Akademiks that Charlamagne is Team Roc Nation for years, bruh. Like, anybody that watches The Breakfast Club, bruh, and you see how often Charlamagne Tha God is wearing Roc Nation clothing, wearing the hat, wearing the shirt, anybody with 2 eyes and a brain could put 2 and 2 together and know that Jay-Z, and to know that Charlamagne is with Roc Nation, bruh. I mean, they got a Jay-Z interview on The Breakfast Club, bruh. How often do you see a radio station get a Jay-Z interview, bruh? As soon as you seen Jay-Z do a Breakfast Club interview after Jay-Z allegedly got Charlamagne Tha God fired back in the day, you already know what it is, gang. I can't believe Akademiks had to literally see the paperwork to believe that his idol, Charlamagne the Fraud, is a part of Team Roc Nation. So at this point, if you continue to still be friends with Charlamagne, if you continue to still conversate with Charlamagne, if you continue to still talk on the phone with Charlamagne, you playing yourself at this point. Charlamagne is not your friend. He's affiliated with Jay-Z and Roc Nation. He's probably been snaking you from day one, right? He doesn't like the fact that you surpassed him in hip hop and rap media. And behind the scenes, bruh, he's trying to take you down, bruh. Why? Because he's affiliated with Roc Nation. You did that whole thing with Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion, so they look at you like you're an enemy, like you're an op, right? Your favorite rapper is Drake. Drake just dissed Jay-Z on Janet Shut the Fuck Up, right? Iceman went #1. So they look at you like an op, bruh. So it's your boy Days. Make sure y'all subscribe, thumbs up the video, click that hype button for your boy. I'm out.